What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I believe you guys are having a nice time. Today, obviously, as you can see on my screen right now, I'll be taking you guys through the process of cutting a trouser with a side stripe, which is another color on the side of a trouser. This has been one of the most requested video on the channel, so I'll take you guys through the process. However, this could be a little bit different depending on what you want to achieve with the side stripe. Do you get? But you can use any color, like a flowery on the screen right now. You can work with any style like the one on the screen right now. You can just play around with it actually, but this is going to be a basic. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. As you can see, this is the trouser we just finished up with. As you can see in my hand, this is the front, while this is the back panel. You can see that. Let's take a closer look at this. It's a long trouser all the way to the down part, you can see. So what I'll be doing now is, in order to cut out the black pieces that I'll be using for the side, the black pieces is going to be at the back of the back of the panel, not on the front. So let's take this out right now. We're just going to put this right here. So now what we're going to do now is to put this thing on the back of the fabric. So the black is going to be at this side, just all the way around. So here, I want you guys to pay attention. I'll be marking, this is the right side of the fabric while this is the wrong side. So I'm just going to wrong this side, and I'm going to wrong this side right here. So this is the black fabric I'll be using. This is the black fabric I'll be using to lace the side. But first and foremost, before you get into it, whichever fabric you're using, make sure you try as much as possible to know that the fabric does not wash. Because if it washes, it's going to affect your material. So either way, the only thing you can just do, just cut a pieces of this fabric, just like cut a piece of it, and also cut a pieces of this also. You can see that. Just cut these two pieces and simply sprinkle some water on it. Sprinkle some water on it, just like that, and allow it to just shrink a little bit. So all you just need is just to confirm that this does not wash. If it wash on the fabric itself, after you finish doing your trouser, you're going to have a problem because the black is going to wash on the yellow. So pay attention to that. That is very, very important. So definitely this doesn't wash. I have a black fabric that actually wash, but this does not wash. So the next thing I'm going to do now is right here. Let me place this at this side first. At this place right here, I'm going to turn this to the front, which is the right side of the fabric. So at this right side here, depending on at this right side here, this is the right side. You can see this is the wrong side in which we chalk. So depending on how wild you want that side to be, depending on how wild you want the black to be. So on this one, the black that I want is going to be a total of 1.5 inches. A total of 1.5 inches, as you can see. So I'm going to mark my 1.5 inches from this side. You can see. I'm just going to mark my 1.5 inches all the way down. I'm going to mark my 1.5 inches all the way down. As you can see, after marking it all the way down to this side, I'm going to connect all those dots together. So here, I'm going to connect this side together. Just from here, I'll connect the dots one after the other. You can see that. I'm going to connect it to this place. And see here, it has a little bit of cuff. That's also possible. It's going to. That's this hip cuff or measurement. So now we have this. So this is exactly where the black lacing is going to be. This on the right side of the fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut this fabric. So on this one, I'll be cutting 2.5 inches, though I'm still going to trim it out because I need to fold this edge. So I'll be cutting a straight 2.5 inches on the black fabric. So in order to cut that, just measure the length of your trouser, the length you're going to have here from the down part. Just measure it all the way to the front. So here we have 41.5. just cut a total of 43 just in case it doesn't fit. 43 it will be okay for you. So as you can see, this is what the black we're going to fold is going to look like. So as said earlier, I cut this at a space of 2.5 inches. You can see 2.5 inches. So after stitching this side, I'll be stitching it to the fabric just at this side. So after stitching it just straight at the sides, but before I stitch it, so I'll be able to turn it up. So what I will be turning up, I'll be able to trim out these edges with a weaving machine. So first, before I stitch this side to the fabric, I have to get a sharp edge at this place. Sometimes, depending on the fabric you're using, if you're using a very soft material, but this material is a little bit thick, but this one is soft. If you're using a soft material, you can just add some fusing to the facing of the fabric itself, like a light fusing or something. But on this one, I'll be using just this fabric like this. I won't be adding any fusing to it. But first and foremost, just use your iron to fold this edge. I'll be folding like a quarter of an inch all the way down. I'll be doing it on both sides. As you can see, I fold the edge, just the edge of the fabric. I fold it. So that's the edge I'm going to stitch to the line. I'll be stitching that particular edge all the way down on this particular line on the fabric before turning it. So let's go to the sewing machine and do that. So as you can see, I'll be doing it from the upper side of the trouser. You can see from this upper side, I'm just going to like do it all the way down. So make sure this actually overlap a little bit, maybe like by 1 inch, about 1 inch, so that you'll be able to like cut it off. You can see that. So from here, just open this side up. I'll start my stitch from just exactly on the gaiters right here. That's where you're going to be stitching. You see that? You see that? You can see that. We're going to stitch it all the way down. All the way down. So after stitching the last part, you can see what we're going to have. So all we have to do now is just to give it a good ironing. You're going to iron it from behind, you're going to iron it from above. Then you can simply, after ironing it, you can simply weave these edges together with the black. So this place will be permanently like that. So you're going to do the same thing on both sides. This is the right side. You're going to do it on the left side also. As you can see, this is what we're going to have like this. You see what that looks like? So simply just turn it like this. You can see all this wrinkling you're having here is not an issue. You can see how smooth that is. So just give it a good ironing with a steam iron. Make sure it's balanced very well. Then we can simply weave it all round. You can see that. So I have an extension here. You're going to trim it off during the weaving process. This is what the side is going to look like. As you can see, after ironing it, this is what you're going to have. After ironing those edges, you can see what we have so far, how smooth that is. This is what the trouser side is supposed to look like. You can see that. So this is our extension. So if you turn it inside, you can see what the inside is also going to look like. You can see that. So here, I'm just going to trim out this excess black side. So now whatever we're working on our trouser, we are still working with exactly the same measurement, right? So at this place, this excess black at this place, I'm just going to trim it all down. You can see after trimming it all down, I can simply weave that side. So if I'm stitching half of an inch from this side here, you can see I will still be having a total of 1 inch and extra on this line, which is going to be straight and smooth. So that's about constructing this. It's very simple. So if you like the video, give it a thumb up, and if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you on my next video. Peace.